All right, what's up, guys? How's it going? I am excited for today's special live stream. I have actually challenged Alex, also known as the Chess Centurion. I've linked his channel below if you want to check it out. He's rated about 2250 rapid on chess.com. And we're going to be doing a match. First to 4 points wins. So if one of us wins 4 games in a row, we will win. Obviously, if there's draws or losses, that'll take a little bit longer. This should be a lot of fun. He plays the Caro-Kann, I know that much, and I like playing against the Caro-Kann, so I'm excited to see how those games are gonna go. Obviously, I have my Gambit, which is maybe not totally sound, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, his channel is linked below. If you want to watch both streams, you can hear our thought process. I'm gonna be basically talking through the games like I normally do when I go live, and so yeah, good luck to Alex. And I hope you guys are excited for this. Thank you guys for the new members. And let's see what happens. So I'm going to challenge him right now. It is, just turned 9 o'clock. And here I'm gonna do random for the first game. And here we go. So I have a little bit of a rating advantage, but 100 points is not really that much, and so we will see. You bet the farm? Uh-oh. That's a lot of pressure. Don't bet the farm. Alrighty. As soon as he accepts, we're going to go. He's probably setting up his live stream and getting started, maybe doing a little intro. So let me know. What's your prediction? Who's going to win? What's the score going to be? Now, to be fair, he doesn't usually play games without increment. So I do probably have an advantage there because I've been playing these 10-0 time control games for quite a while, and I'm very familiar with the time management of that. The Von Hennig it's a sound as a redwood. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna avoid it. I'm gonna play it at least once. Now, if he destroys me after the first game, I may have to change it up, but we will see. Oh, he's not streaming yet. Okay. Yeah, he's probably getting it started. He's probably getting it started right now. We were just on a call before this, so he's probably just getting it ready. No worries. Are we in the same time zone? No, we're not in the same time zone. He's in England, I believe. It's like afternoon for him, and it's morning for me. Yeah, we had to figure out like a time that would work for both of us, so that's why I'm streaming so much earlier than I normally do. What's up, Aaron? How's it going? Hey, Ryan, thanks. It's a good time for UK viewers. Nice. Are we going to discuss the games? Probably not. I may analyze them myself like I normally do, just like right after we play, just for a few minutes before we rematch. But we don't have any plans to do a call afterwards. So I recommend opening up his stream if you want to see what he's thinking about. You can probably have both of them open and just like mute one. Like if you're listening to me, mute his until like there's a moment maybe where I'm not talking. You want to see what he's thinking about, unmute it. That's what I would do if I was watching myself. Is a titled player automatically generally better than a similar rated untitled player? That's a really good question. Not necessarily. Like, so that I got the title because I played in OTB tournaments and got my rating to a certain point. He's just played mostly online, probably. So, that's a good question. Not necessarily. Let's go. E4, C6. All right, here we go. We know what's happening. We know what's happening. What does he have in store? Because he's got to know that I play this. He plays knight f6. Okay. And he's not thinking yet. What is his Preparation. He goes bishop f5. Okay. Okay, so I take this one. I have a couple of lines that I could play here. Yeah, this is a pretty solid way to... I guess I'll play knight f3 this game. Although sometimes I do like to play queen f3. Let's play knight f3. Well, I think this is a little bit more solid, so we'll play this. So unfortunately, we don't get to do the crazy sacrifice on e6 that I like to play. So he's avoiding that. So maybe he's kind of prepared and decided to just not even deal with that. He goes knight d6. Yeah, that's fine, I think. And where do we put the bishop? Drop it back here or drop it here to try to trade? I think we can just go back here. I like keeping it on this diagonal, especially when you castle and you pair like the rook and the bishop. That can be pretty powerful. So I'm going to keep that and see if we can make use of that. Plays e6. Let's go ahead and castle. I don't think we need to think about that too much. Okay, so we have to develop the bishop, the queen, maybe bring the rook over somewhere, and then we can start looking for potential tactics. Actually, we can already look for some, but I don't think there's any. With the knight on d6 actually does a good job of defending against these typical threats that you would have. Like normally I'd play knight g5, but all the tactics don't really make sense anymore. So because of that, I think I'll just develop this bishop to maybe f4. It just looks like a good square. Queen's going to have to go somewhere, probably one of these two squares, and then the rook. He's going to go bishop e7 and castle. I am down the pawn that I sacrificed, but it's nice having that open file, and I don't mind that. Yeah, bishop e7. Okay, that's what we expected. Where does the queen need to be? He might be jumping a knight in here. So I feel like we don't want it to get chased away. So let's go to e2. And then we could also put this rook on d1 if we need to support the pawn. I don't know if we need to. Maybe king h1. Get away from any ideas along this diagonal. So he castled. Yeah, let me go ahead and do king. This is just a nice, like, you never know what's going to happen in the future. You never know what kind of tactics are going to pop up. It's just nice having the king off to the side, away from any potential checks. And so let's do that. Okay, rook. Here or here. Assume he's going to bring his queen out somewhere. Plays a6. Interesting. What does that mean? Maybe he wants to play c5. Why else would you play a6, right? Unless you want to play c5 and you don't want the square to be weak. Maybe. Okay, yeah, c5. I mean, rook d1 is probably a good move because then we have a nice rook on d1. Let's do that. Let's do that. I mean, I probably was going to go there anyway, but now that I'm thinking he wants to play c5, I even more like this idea. Of course, he can move the queen somewhere. I would like to attack the king somehow. Question is, how do we do that from this position? Knight e5 and g4 and h. Is that too crazy? We can't really play h4, but we could play g4. That seems a bit wild, right? Because then you open up this diagonal. Probably don't need to get so crazy. He listens to me live. He knows how I think. Oh, he's probably not listening to me live. Because he's streaming himself. I highly doubt he's listening to me live. And I'm obviously not listening to him live. I'm not worried about that. I have to believe he's going to move his queen. Queen a5, maybe. To get away from this. Say he plays queen a5. What's my plan? What is my plan? I mean, I kind of want to jump my knight into e5 just because I like unleashing the rook. And it's just a nice aggressive square. Of course, he could take it, but then I just take back with something. Maybe the bishop. He does move the queen, but he goes to b6 instead. Okay. I mean, I could attack it. I don't know what that accomplishes. Can we play d5? Is there some crazy tactic here? If he takes, we have a pin, so that's something interesting. If he takes this way, again, we can do this, and then jump in with the queen. Rook e8, though. No, then we're threatening this. So d5. Huh. d5 looks pretty interesting. Now, he could just leave it. Maybe jump his knight in. Let's say we take. Like, do I really gain a lot? No, I do, actually. That's pretty annoying. The d5. Just taking advantage of that my pieces are lined up and hitting his pieces. Yeah, I think that's a good move to just go ahead and play. I didn't calculate everything, but just on, like, my intuition is just telling me this is a good move. Because if you can take advantage of situations like this where there's undefended pieces, that's usually a pretty good thing. So let's see. I mean, my threat is basically to take here and hit the knight. And then there's another knight behind it. So that's kind of a problem for black. And like I said, he can't take this way. So this pawn, I jump in with my knight with a fork. And then after takes, I actually, again, am threatening the knight. This one would be defended in that case. But it still looks pretty shaky for black. And we get a weak pawn we could also probably take. So, yeah, I like this. I like this move. Like, my rooks look very good on the files, and blacks have not had a chance to get developed yet. So that's why I'm kind of trying to do this now. Because if I wait, he's going to have time to, like, get his rooks to good squares, and then everything's defended, right? Also, I've already developed all my pieces. Like, what else am I going to do? I have to basically do something. So I may as well start the fireworks now, right? And that king h1 move that we talked about, like, it actually played a role, right? Because, you know, otherwise I wouldn't have even been able to play this. So you could see how, like, those proactive moves sometimes can really come in handy later. Okay, so he goes knight c5 right away. I guess I'm going to stick with the plan. I mean, yes, he can take my bishop, but I could have... I do have this in-between move if I want it. I don't think I want it, though, because he can't take me back. I don't even think I care about the in-between move right now. Do I? He takes with the rook, right? Hmm. Yeah, let's just take this back. He doesn't have time to take me because the knight is hanging. So he's going to play probably rook d8. I highly expect rook d8. And then I have options. Option number one, I take, threatens the bishop, plays knight b5. Okay, so he saves the knight a different way. I guess that's fair. This is not really a big threat, so I don't have to take that. I could just leave it. So if we take here, he has to take with the rook to save the bishop. Do we have... We can play knight e5, chase the rook away. Followed by knight c4, hits the queen, hits the bishop. Now he could save the bishop, but it just looks like everything is about to fall apart, doesn't it? Man. Wow, wow, wow. All right, I think we should do that. Am I missing any tactics? Let's just scan. Oh, let's take it. So he's going to take with the rook. Okay. Knight g5. No, knight e5 is what I said, not g5. Knight e5. Because g5, he could just trade off his weakness. We don't want that. I did get my pawn back, so it's even material now. Do we have any other way to take advantage of this? Queen c4. I think we go knight e5. Ah, you know what? Maybe we go knight e5 and then queen c4. Ooh. All right, let's start with knight e5. This can't be a bad move. This can't be a bad move. There's knight d4, but I don't think that's a big deal. Maybe just queen c4. So, okay, we hit the rook. He trades first. Have to take back because my queen's under attack. I said I don't have to take it back, but then he blocks with the knight. Yeah, we don't want to let that. Let's take it back. So queen c4 is a move. Knight c4 is a move. Maybe knight d7 could be a move as well if I want to force this trade, which might actually be good. He goes back. So let's start with the obvious. The most powerful obvious, check. Only move, king h8. We can win an exchange. No, it's more than an exchange. It's a fork. Oh, but there's bishop f6. But still, it's an exchange. We can win an exchange. That's pretty good. Let's just check knight c4. Hits the queen, but he can defend, right? He can go here. Do I have b4, though? Wait a second. b4. Queen b5. Takes. Ooh. Yeah, I think I should go with this one. Doesn't look like the other one quite works. So let's go here. Win the exchange. He's going to have to sack the rook. By the way, for anybody watching, why does he have to sack the rook when I play knight f7? Does anybody know why? King h8, knight f7, he has to sack. Why? That's the question. The answer is if he doesn't, he gets smothered, checkmated. Yeah, and he knew that, right? He knew that right away. If you go king g8, it's over. Game over. There's knight h6, double check. King moves. Queen goes in. Rook has to take. Knight comes in for the checkmate. It's an amazing. Yeah, he did find bishop f6, so he saves his bishop. At least temporarily. Ooh, wait a second. Wait a second. Bishop c7 with the double attack. Does it work? So he would have to defend here or here. So bishop c7, we could play like b4 and c4 maybe. I could also hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What if I played... Okay, is this a crazy idea? Is this a crazy idea? Bishop e3? What I'm doing is I'm basically saying, you take, I go rook e1, you move your queen somewhere, and I go here, and I win the game. That's a pretty good idea, actually. That's a pretty good idea. One of those things, or am I missing anything, right? I mean, worst case, I can always take the bishop. It can't be bad. It can't be bad. So we'll go for it. Rook e1 is my sneaky move. Maybe this rook e1. Maybe not. This doesn't really do anything. Maybe this rook. Because I don't see how he's going to stop this. This is basically just checkmate. Not basically, it is checkmate. Okay. But what is his plan exactly? Is he's gonna just give up the queen? Then he has two bishops against the queen. Okay, but that should be good for me, right? Yeah, he has to give up the queen, right? Oh, is it bishop g6? Oh, wait a second. Rook e1, bishop g6. Then if I take, he's got 2 bishops for the rook. That's good for black. Ooh. Ooh, I didn't see that. Bishop g6. What a sneaky move. Oh, but I have queen b7. Then he moves his queen. Let's just stay here. Ooh. I missed that one, guys. I missed it. So I'm going to have to take it now. I missed that completely. I'm going to have to take this. Yeah, that would have been a surprise. And then I would be in trouble. So, okay. But I'm still up the exchange this way. I didn't see that. That was a good idea. We could go pawn hunting. Or we could go... Yeah, we can't go here to try to do this. Yeah, I guess we go pawn hunting. I have to watch out, obviously, for my back rank. See what I mean? See what I mean, right? I have rook f1. Rook e1, rook f1. This is going to be hard to win, actually. Rook against bishop with no pawns on the other side of the board. This is not going to be an easy win at all. Obviously, I should still be better, but is it enough to win? That's the question, right? Very interesting first game. I think I messed up with rook e1 because I missed bishop g6. I think I should have done something different. Okay, also, it's going to be a time race scramble thing. I could sack here. Well, that's interesting. Sack, check, check. Ooh. So why don't I just... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I can't... Actually, wait. Let's make sure I don't get mated first. And then I think I might. Maybe this is my best chance. It's going to create a lot of problems for him. Check. Let me try not to get flagged, too. Let's do it. Go. Let's go for some checkmates, guys. He's got a check, but then I go here. Oh, he's got this one. Okay, it's probably a draw, but I don't know. And I don't know. I have his king cut off. This is a good position. Whew. Okay, that was a close game. My goodness. That was very close. Okay, so Yeah, I definitely was totally winning, and then he had a draw for a while, probably at the end after I missed that bishop g6 move. Oh, rook takes f6 was the brilliant move. Okay, interesting. So that was brilliant just to get to the king. And then, yeah, I should have went with bishop c7, which was my original thought, and then I just missed bishop g6. I would have played rook e1. Yeah, bishop g6 and black is actually better. Whew. Okay, good game. Good game. Let me update. We got the first win, and let's go for a rematch. All right, here we go. Rematch. Okay. I wonder. I don't know what he plays against the Scandinavian. I have no idea what he plays. So let's find out. Let's find out. What does he play against this? I have no idea. Oh, bishop b5. Okay. Yeah, this is one of those annoying lines. Goes back to c4 now. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to like... I'm pretty sure this is a valid line where you just throw these pawns forward. I don't know why, because it looks kind of crazy, but I'm pretty sure I remember this. You just throw them forward, and of course he's not going to let you trap it, but we're trying to trap the bishop, right? Then what do? I push it again, or do I go here? Bring out my knight and jump in. He's going to play d4 though. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do c5. Let him en passant, so it's a pawn sacrifice, but then my bishop looks pretty good. And we go from here. How does that sound? How does that sound? Bring out the knight. Let's see, he's going to play d4 though. Maybe I should play e6 first. Okay, let's play e6 first. I want to get this bishop into the game. I think my knight's going to d7. I'm just trying to see if there's something else. Maybe I go knight a6. So what's the difference? Knight here, we want to go to c5. Here, we also want to go to c5. But this way, I don't block my queen. But then we don't get control of e5. That's a big trade-off, isn't it? I'd also go bishop d6, because I like the idea of maybe attacking here. Huh. He's going to definitely play d4. Let's go bishop d6. I don't know. I'm not sure about this knight. That's why I'm kind of waiting. I'm not sure if I want it on d7 or a6. Okay, he does go d4 as expected. So queen c7 would create a very simple threat. But I like, here's the thing, guys. Remember, when you push a pawn, when you push a pawn, you create weaknesses. So now I want to get my pawn to g4 as fast as possible. I don't think I want to totally sack it because the bishop would be very annoying. So I think I will go h6, g5, g4 and attack. I have to be careful because he's going to play rook e1 and maybe like, I can't play d5. Actually, he could. He could play d5. Because takes, right? And this is pinned. So rook e1 is probably what he's going to play. Then I have to think about this. There's king f8. Oh, he goes c3. Okay. That move doesn't scare me as much. Now I think I can just go g5. Because technically I can also put my knight on d7 and then be ready to castle, which is a very interesting option. But do we go knight d7 and castle, or do we just go? Do we just go for it? Huh. Maybe I should castle over here. How easily can he attack me? Not that easily. Maybe I should go knight d7, give myself the option to castle, and then go g5. Let's do that. So I can, if I need to, I can. But if not, maybe I'll just do this next. I don't know if he's expecting this move. He might not be anticipating this. Okay, he does go rook e1, but now we do have to deal with this. Now, there's also knight b6 as another way to stop that move. Honestly, I kind of like just castling. I mean, I don't... Yes, there's c4. Yes, my king is a little bit exposed, but I got a lot of pieces here. And this is going to be a really powerful attack. Let's do it. Let's do it for the content. Let's go. Let's go. This is how chess was meant to be played, right? Yes. We're going to push this pawn and bust open this king. And it's so much easier to do with that pawn on h3. Because when I get here, the knight has to move, and then bam, I can take it immediately and open it up. If the pawn was back here and I get a pawn here, he just moves his knight. And then I'm like, well, now what do I do? Right? If I go here, he just takes me. Well, now what do I do? Right? So the pawn on h3 is very helpful when you're trying to attack. Yeah, so I'm thinking either ignore that or push by. Ignore it or push by. I think push by. Yeah, he could take, but then I could even just take with the bishop and probably be fine. Let's push by. Remember, you want to keep these big pieces out of the action if possible. So you don't want to let him take and open up the rook. Or you don't want to take and then allow him to take and then the rook comes in, right? So if I push, the pawn's in the way. It stops these pieces from coming, right? He wants to go here. That's a good idea. A good idea. Yeah, I think we got to go. Let's go. Okay, he's going to get the bishop. I don't think I care. I mean, I could move it here, but no. We don't care so much about that. Let's go. Okay. He can't go to e5 because we just take it. We have the... Actually, wait. Can he go there? Takes. Technically, he could. Wait, 95. Takes. What if I don't take the queen? What if I go like queen here, let's just say? Oh, that's getting very complicated. But I think I like it because once we get this in the rook and the bishop, that's super good. I think I like it. Takes and queen c5. And if you took with the rook, I would have more decisions to make because we could take and trade. Or we could just ignore it and keep attacking. Definitely like that option. Keep attacking. Okay. He's going for it. I definitely think I have to take the knight because that knight is just very powerful. I don't want to lose this bishop, so let's take it. He's probably going to take with the pawn and expect to trade. I wonder if this move is going to be a surprise. Queen c5. So There's bishop e3. Oh, he takes with the rook. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't care about that. I really don't care. This is what I need. This is what I need. And we're going to checkmate this king, I think. Whoa. Bishop f4. Wow. Okay. Hair in my mouth. Bad timing. Okay, so if I take this with the pawn, the problem is I can't get to his king anymore, right? If I take it with the bishop, then I could, but I really want to just go with my rook. Now the thing is, what if he plays like g3? Do I lose the opportunity to open that up? Then there's h2, takes check, and we take this. So we get a little something, but his bishop's going to be a monster. If we go, let's say here, I have to, no, there's rook c5, and I'm going to be in trouble. Yeah, rook c5, well, as long as I don't move the bishop, rook c5 is not dangerous, because we could just take it. So, yeah, maybe I do play rook g8. Maybe I do. And then go for that line and take this and move my queen. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know if it's smart, but let's do it. Oh, you know what? You know what, guys? Instead of going h2, I can also go knight g4 first. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Because then I'm threatening to just win the game. So he's gonna, what is he gonna play? Rook h5. Then I take, he takes. I have my knight. Oh, we gotta do it. We gotta do it for the content. Let's go. Knight g4. So what's the deal, guys? I'm threatening check and get a queen, which would totally be winning. I'm also threatening to take his rook. He's probably gonna move the rook somewhere. If he moves the rook, he's attacking my queen. But if I sack my queen, I open up this and potentially this threat again, and also maybe this threat of check and take the queen. So, I mean, this is a very tempting queen sacrifice. Wow, this is crazy. This is so crazy. It really comes down to, where is this rook going to go? Where is this rook going to go? That's what I want to know. Because he gets the attack, though, he could even do something wild like rook g5. Actually, no, because that doesn't stop my threat, does it? He can't do that. He could go rook h5. But then I think I would just do what I said. Takes, takes. Check. He has to move here. I could take the queen, and that's kind of like a big trade. I could go check first. He goes back and then take the queen. Or bring the other rook over and try to check. I mean, this is just nuts. Does he have any other moves, though? Like some kind of like surprise. The problem is almost all of the moves don't stop this, right? That's the problem for him. He doesn't really have as many options as you think he does, because if he lets me do this, it's over. And then I have an extra queen on the board. So rook h5, is that the only move? Rook h5 the only move? Maybe it is. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Maybe it is. Rook h5. Yes. Okay. I mean, I gotta do it, don't I? Don't I have to do it, guys? Is there any world in which I don't take this bishop right now? Not in my world. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Then I guess I go here. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. H2 check. Rook takes 93. Oh. Oh. Oh, but he doesn't have, he can move here. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If he moves here, knight check. If he takes me, I go down with the rook. No, it doesn't quite work, does it? That is, if he takes me, the problem is king f1. Problem is king, I think. Wow, this position. This position is just crazy. All right, I gotta go before I get flagged. Man, I really wanted to play h2. I'll have to check this one with Stockfish, but I think it didn't work because king f1. But he goes there, of course. I guess we just take it. Does it make sense for me to try to checkmate him instead? I don't think so. Now I could play bishop g2 and hold the pawn, or I can play rook g2 and just go for the attack on the king, which I think I'm going to do that instead. Actually, I could also pin this. Very good move, because now I eliminate 2 pieces from the game. Can't move your bishop, you can't move your rook. You're stuck. I think he should have taken with the rook. I think that was a mistake, taking with the bishop. Okay, fine. I think I see a cool move. I think I see a cool move. I'm threatening checkmate. If he takes me, I'm going to be a double attack. He can't. What is his plan? Bishop f3? Okay, I didn't think about that. I mean, he gives up a rook, but I guess he gets a little bit of an active position. Okay, that's fair. I thought he was just getting mated here, or I'm taking the rook, but that's a good idea. I wonder if he could have played king h2 there and then tried to do this next. That would have been interesting too. Anyway, game goes on. It's not that simple. This bishop's going to be very powerful, actually. Yes. If I take, I get forked. I'm going to go this way, I guess. He keeps checking me. I'll run around here. You can't do that to try to checkmate me because I have this. So what's he going to play? He's going to take the pawn, I guess? No, but then I win the bishop. No, hold on. He can't do that. I win the bishop because the king can't defend the bishop. Ah, so he has to defend like this. Okay. Still can't push it though because the same thing. This is very annoying for white. You can see the problem with the king being cut off. I think I'm just going to leave that. Trying to undermine his king's defenses here. Well, that's a move I didn't expect. He's trying to checkmate me. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Better run. When you're about to get checkmated, you better run. That's all I've got for you guys. Let's run. Run to the open board. That's the strategy, all right? Where do I go? Here? Try not to get flagged. Go for a checkmate threat. Go for a cheap attack. Ooh, didn't see that move. Is it a good move though? Woo! Every game, it's like a time scramble with a few seconds on the clock. Man, good game. Now I really have to see. I really have to see that queen sacrifice and that h2 idea. Was it good or not? But he's actually winning if he just takes this. He's actually winning and then plays d5. Whoa, that's what Stockfish wanted. Okay. But instead, he goes here, I take, he takes. I take. I played the best move and the best move. So I played, and yeah, Stockfish did say h2. Oh, h2 here. Oh. Wait, why h2 here? What's the idea? If the rook takes... Oh, now we sack the queen and we get the same position that I would have wanted to get later where knight e3 check leads to... This is unbelievable. Leads to a checkmate. He's trapped. He has to play rook g2, giving me this, and it's over. I take everything, and he's getting mated. So I noticed this idea of sacking the pawn one move too late, and if you play king f1 now, e5, changing the strategy here. Queen g6. What is happening? You're just attacking everything. Look at this. You're literally just threatening so much stuff. And white can't defend it all. You're threatening the rook. You're threatening the queen. If you take the rook, you're threatening another queen. Unreal. Wow. So that being said, yeah, my queen move was bad. It was bad. And the reason was because after what happened, if he would have taken with the rook, it's just an equal position. It's just an equal position. Yeah, the bishop was a mistake because it did allow me to pin it. And then I messed up here. Yeah. Okay. Wow. What a game. Man. What a crazy game. All right. Let's go for a rematch. So I'll play e4 again, and yeah, let me think. Maybe I'll play the other line just to mix it up, because I'm curious what he's going to play against that. Unless he has another line, which is quite possible too. Let's see. Is he going to play the same one, bishop f5? Or okay, he does. So I'll go for my other line this time and see what he has in store for this one. Queen f3. Knight d6 is still the best move. And now I have this crazy sacrifice. Looks like he's familiar with it. Let's see. So the idea is we lure the king out and then we attack the bishop. Now we have to be careful because queen h4 checks. So you go knight h3 so that you can meet queen h4 with knight f2 and defend your pawn, which is important because you need to take this bishop back. That's not a move I'm familiar with. b7. Okay. He wants to go check with the bishop? What do I do against that? Normally, I would play like bishop f4. I'm just not... This one surprised me. This one surprised me. If I go bishop f4 and he puts me in check, what's my play? Knight f2? And if he takes, I take. You can't take there because I have a check. Probably fine. I don't think I'm missing anything obvious. I could just take this back, but then his knight jumps in. I don't know if I like that. Let's go bishop f4. As a backup, I can always play bishop g3 if I miss something. Okay, quick bathroom break. Oh, he's still thinking. Good timing. Good timing. I got lucky there. Although I was thinking this was a critical moment, so I expected he would think at least a little bit. Because there's a lot happening here, right? Like there's this and there's this and this and this. And maybe rook f8, maybe something else, you know, a lot to think about. Okay, he goes for bishop h4 check. So we have to decide now between, well, really it could be a king move, bishop g3, or knight f2. Knight f2 allows him to potentially trade. And maybe even jump in here. I'm just noticing that now. Which might be, actually, I still win the queen, so it's not awful. Other than my rook's hanging, yeah, it gets a little bit tricky. We might be losing a lot of pieces. Bishop g3, what's the idea? Takes, takes. Now we've opened up the rook here, which is kind of attractive, especially if he's trying to get his king to safety over there. So bishop g3 is my top choice so far. There's also then just moving the king, which is interesting because it allows the other rook to swing over. Although, do I really want my king in the center when I could otherwise just castle? It's going to be much safer over there. So, having thought through all of that, I think we should go bishop g3. This h file being opened seems very powerful if he goes for it. Of course, he doesn't have to take me. He could just leave that. Could just leave it and play rook f8. But then I'll probably just castle or something. Okay, he does go rook f8. So obviously the move is going to be king here, right? So I would like to castle. Let's say he goes back. I take, he takes. Yeah, I mean, okay, game goes on, but that's probably a fine position. Let's castle. King g8 I expect, and then I think we have to take the bishop because otherwise the bishop's going to get away. There's no longer a pin. So that's an easy one. We take it. So 3, 6, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to be down a pawn, but we have a nice aggressive position. Not all bad news. He's going to take this with the knight. I'm definitely expecting he takes this with the knight. Queen e4. Hitting the pawn. Hitting the bishop. I like that. Do like that. Knight f5, queen e4. I think I'll do it quickly just to... Oh, actually, wait, there's... Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's fine. There's not going to be a fork because I have a check. So even if he takes, it's not a fork. I just check and move my rook. So that's a threat. That's a threat. Maybe. I guess it's technically not a threat. But this is. And actually, if he defends this, let's just say some random move, then this would be a threat. So he goes here. Then I could even play bishop e5, which would be nice. Because then he's got these awkward pieces that he can't trade him off. Okay, I didn't see that. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? 93? Is that even a good move, though? No, right? Why did he do that? Okay, I'm just gonna move. I'm not sure. Maybe he just didn't want the pressure on the bishop. Okay, I guess that's fair. So he's probably gonna take this now, or what? Defend this. But still, I still can play bishop e5, take this. So we're gonna take bishop e5, rook g1. Boom. Black is still undeveloped. Okay, so he does defend. I think my knight is on the edge of the board, so if we can get rid of this bishop, I should do it. And then I'm thinking rook g1. But then he can trade. Hold on. Takes. If I go here first, 97, then rook g1 is... Oh, but there's still the knight on f5, though. Knight's a beast, actually. Not that simple, is it? Not quite that simple. All right, let's go rook g1. I don't know. We'll start off with this. I don't think he's going to give up that knight. That knight's pretty good. And it's on an outpost, right? Like, notice there's no pawns that I can use to chase it away. And it's defended. Now, this is a little bit weak, but the knight is very strong. Even g6 to support it. Like, that knight is just a monster. I don't really want to trade queens, if possible. Because I'm down a pawn, I'm going into a losing endgame. So trading queens would be a very bad decision. So, I'm going to go here. Keep him on the board. Bishop e5 next. And then try to set up some shenanigans. Maybe knight e4 is another move. Knight e4 g5, hit the weak spots. Knight e4 d6, knight f6. Like there's lots of, yeah, let's do it. Also rook e1. No, then we lose a pawn. No, let's go here. Yeah. Let's go here. Stops knight f6. It threatens, I don't know what it threatens, but it's getting ready to threaten something. Probably knight g5, queen h5. Check, check. Here, for key one, here. Yeah, knight g5's got to be the move. Or, hold on. Ooh, what? Uh-oh. Did I miss this? Uh-oh. That's a good move. That's a good move, isn't it? If I take it, I lose my knight. Ooh. And then what? Do we have any tactics? Any tricks? We have bishop e5. Doesn't do anything. Oh, it was a great move. He's going to force the trade. Oh, no. It was a really good move. Hmm. Yeah, I have to go here. Which is not what I wanted. I didn't want to trade queens. We have to do it. That was a great move. Well played on h5. Classic deflection tactic. Deflect the queen away from the defense of the knight. So, okay, I mean, the game's not over, but we are down a pawn, and this is not what I wanted. An endgame down a pawn. That's the risk when you play this line that I played. If they know what to do, you get into a position like this. That being said, we've got open files. We've got some weaknesses. I don't think it's that easy for black, honestly. His bishop could still be pretty powerful, so probably fine. Maybe even rook here and double up. I don't know, bishop e5 and then get this d6 square or knight c5 to just start hitting the weaknesses. Also looks, yeah, we have lots of rook g6 even, doubling up this way. Yeah, it's tough for black. What I'm trying to decide is how badly do I want to keep this bishop. I kind of like bishop e5, but then I give him the option to trade. But if I really want to keep it, then where do I have to go? Like g5 or all the way back somewhere? I mean, I'm just afraid of the discovered attack stuff, right? Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I could just do this or just keep attacking. I don't know. Huh. So bishop e5 takes rook d8. I do have a threat. I do have this threat, actually. There's also knight g5 right away, but I think he's just going to bring his rook over. Rook e1. Knight d4. Yeah, that's not good for me. Okay, maybe I do go here. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'm struggling here. Like my gut is telling me this is the wrong decision, but I just don't really know what else to do instead. So let's do it. Okay, so we do have the little tactic to win the pawn. I'm probably going to do. Ah, he has rook h8 at the end of it. But I have rook d7. Oh, but I have back rank mate problems. Okay, yeah, I didn't see rook h8. Maybe I should have traded first. Nah, it doesn't change anything. He still has rook h8. Never mind. I think he's going to take and go rook h8. No, g6. Not expecting that. He's giving me this square. Or I can go here and attack this. Huh. Very interesting. Probably have to take the square. That just looks too juicy, right? Yeah, we can't pass that up. We can't pass up an outpost like that. Sometimes you don't always see exactly why. You just have to like go on the positional principle that there's going to be something good that comes up later, right? Hmm. You go here and reroute the knight. I don't know if that's necessarily good. I could go to e4 and then threaten to come in on all sorts of different ways. That's pretty nice. Let's do that. So we're giving ourselves all kinds of options here. I want to fix my back rank. I don't like it. I want to fix it. Like, yeah, there we go. I feel so much better about the position. Okay. So, oh, here. Hmm. Not sure how to break through. That's the thing. Uh, every game. What is this? Every game. Oh my goodness. 0.2 seconds. Definitely felt like the opening favored him that time. I don't think I got much of an advantage there. Wow. That was a pretty well played game actually for up until the you could see where the time brambles stuff started happening. All right, let's see. What was it? What was the deal here? Lots of missed wins. What happened here? King c4. Oh, I missed a fork. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, I mean, okay. All right, let's do it. Rematch. I wonder what he plays against the French. Let's see. See what he plays against the French. Oh, he takes it. Ah, this one. I should have known this. Okay. I think what we do here is just defend. Just defend it and go with a check so we can castle quickly. Because I want to go here. And now I'll take the pawn. Like I wait, make him waste the move, and now he could take. Spend 2 moves with your bishop, right? Okay. So what's the situation here? We could go check. We could play bishop g4. I like bishop g4. Just get the annoying pin. Get the annoying pin. Yeah, just follow the principles. Get all the pieces out. I like the symmetry here. Really like the symmetry. He had mate in 1 during that time scramble? Oh, really? Was it something with the rook and the knight? Didn't catch it. Because he castles, so he gets away from 1 pin, but we still have this pin. So one option, I don't know if it's a good option, but we could take, and if he takes with the queen, we could take. And then if he takes, we take. But he's probably not going to do that. He would probably take here. And I don't think that's really great for us. E8, queen. I want to move my queen up some way. We could take and jump our knight into e4. That's pretty easy for him to deal with. I don't think that's the way. Queen d7. Let's go queen d7. I basically just want to get my rook to the d file because that's a weak pawn. You really want to get your rook lined up on it. Okay, so he goes back. So dealing with the pin, fine. I think we just continue with the plan of lining up here. I mean, 95, I'm not really worried about it. We can just take and trade a bunch of stuff and be fine. Let's go rook d8. So usually when you have an isolated queen pawn like this, more trades is better for me, right? So the more pieces they could trade it, the harder it is for white to kind of defend the pawn, and the more valuable that weakness becomes for me. But like I have to be careful with trades like this because then he takes back and it's no longer an isolated pawn. I'm wondering if I bring my bishop back, what happens? Attack the queen. If he plays d5, we just take it. We have enough pieces. Potentially kind of an annoying move. And then we could jump our knight into d5 and really just blockade this guy. I like that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Bishop c4, probably knight a5. Or actually, maybe I can't play knight a5. He takes and then takes. Well, it's probably we just trade and still play knight d5. Not a big deal. Okay, so yeah, basically, when you have a isolated pawn, a lot of times if you can blockade it, then you know it's not going to be able to move. And then you can kind of pile up a battery, your rooks, your queen and rook, something like that behind. And then at the right moment, you look for some clever trades. And a lot of times you can take the pawn and you win a pawn. And if we can do that and go into an endgame 3 against 2, we could win. Of course, he's going to obviously be trying to not let me do that. So it's not that simple. But that's the idea in theory anyway. Knight to d5 is what I'm thinking. Is that missing any detail? Knight g5 looks like it could be annoying. Rook e8 just to get a rook on an open file. I mean, that seems reasonable. Yeah, I'm not totally sure here, guys. 5. Now we have bishop f5. Okay, let's go rook e8. Try to get all the pieces on good squares. Do that. Let's do it that way. So Alex needs to win this game, or at least draw it to keep the match going. Rook d1. So now I'm a little more concerned with this. I kind of want to play like knight 5 now to make sure that this can't happen. I guess we've still got plenty of pieces, but yeah, let's go. And on knight g5, I have bishop f5, which defends and attacks the queen at the same time. So I'm not worried about that fork. And like I said, if we get more trades like this, generally that's going to help me be able to attack the pawn better. Okay, and he does take it. So let's see. I think we take with the queen. Bishop's probably fine too. I don't know why I'm leaning towards the queen. Take with the queen. Okay, so we got one trade and we kept the pawn isolated. So I think that's a win. And actually, I'm noticing this bishop could reroute to f6, which would kind of be a perfect place for it. Or even b6, actually, now that I mention it. b6 or f6 really would accomplish what we need, right? Just put lots of pressure on that weak pawn. Okay, so he's threatening this. Probably h6. g6, I don't like the dark squared weaknesses that we would be creating. Yeah, let's go h6 instead. Well, he does have bishop e4, I just noticed. Bishop e4 is kind of annoying because then I have a bunch of bad pawns. Can't really stop it at this point. Okay, I think we're going to go back. The question is, do we want it to go to b6 or f6? I feel like f6 is more useful because we get control of the e5 square and we get support on our king. So let's put it here instead. I wonder if he's thinking about bishop e4 or trying to come up with some other plan. I mean, bishop e4, I move, then this trade. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of annoying. I could leave the queens on or trade them. Let's go queen d6, and then we'll make the decision. Assuming he takes. I think he's going to. Why else would he spend so much time and then play bishop e4? He's probably going to take it. Oh, is there d5? Wait, did I just make a mistake? Ooh. Did he have d5? Takes, rook take? Might have just had d5, guys. May have walked into that one. But b4... Now he's letting me play bishop d5, which is kind of exactly what I wanted to do. I think he missed an opportunity here. Let's go bishop d5. This is why you want to blockade it, so you don't walk into something like I just did where you get forked and you're in trouble. I think he missed it. If he plays d5, what am I going to do? I have to save my piece, but I can't because if I take, he just takes me. Yeah, I was just dead. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Whew. We got lucky. We got lucky. Okay. Obviously, you have to take it back. Uh-huh. There's that. He's got 3 pieces defending. I have 3 attacking, but they're higher value, so we can't take it just yet. I think bishop f6 is the time now. It's not an option because we take it. So I'm getting ready. Getting ready to try to take this pawn. Not just yet. But if we go like queen e4... I don't want to take, because if I take, he just fixes all his problems, right? And then he has no weak pawns. So we're definitely not going to take. If he takes me, I'm happy, so I don't have to move the queen. I could just bring another piece up to just keep attacking. So then we have literally every single one of our pieces attacking the weak pawn. Or I could play like rook d7, rook d8, and line them up this way. He probably wants to play b5, so I could play a6 to stop that. Yeah, that's what he wants to do, isn't it? He wants to play b5. So rook d7 would actually be a smart move, because then if b5, I could just move my knight, and this is defended. For example, knight e7, takes. Could also play a6 first to force him to push, and then do that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead, because I think the fact that these pawns would be traded would be beneficial to me, because then he's got isolated pawn, and I have 2 connected. Whereas this could actually still support, right? And so I think making him do that is like a good strategic thing to do. Otherwise, he just can't push it, right? Which is fine too. So let's see if he really wants to do it or not. Also, you might run into this and lose a pawn that way. So that's something else to think about. Okay, so he does trade. Remember what I said. The more we trade, usually the easier it is to take advantage of this weakness. I think we just line up here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 attacking. He's got 4 defending. But a lot of times tactics will open up when you're in a position like this. Like, for example, we have this pin. So if I could play c5, I can't, but maybe knight e5 is an option, right? Because he can't take me. So yeah, definitely knight e5 is something I have to consider. It's a fork. So he would have to take me. I take back. I'm going to play g5, so I'm threatening g4. He's probably going to play h3 or g4. But if I can kick the knight, then we win the pawn. Okay. Maybe I just bring my king here and take it. Ah, so he's basically saying, look, if you take me, I will take you. Yeah. That's fair, I guess. So how do we get around that? How do we get around that? Gonna go here. I'm almost thinking about putting my bishop back here just so that I can potentially move my knight, but also potentially move this pawn forward. Put the bishop here also. That's a bit more aggressive and still defends, but then we lose this. But then we could reroute. Okay, let's try that. Maybe this is a good square. It's gonna be another time scramble, isn't it? It's gonna be another time scramble. Okay. Oh, he's going for it. So takes c6. Can we get the pawn? F4 takes, but then our rook can invade. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Rook c3. Our king can come up, though. Looks like our king's going to be able to get into a really nice position quickly. Although king f3 kind of shuts me out, doesn't it? He's going to play king f3. I'm going to play king f5. What's he going to do now? Going to trade. I would like to go like this. Question is, do I win this endgame if we trade all the pieces? I don't know. Do I win the endgame if we trade all the pieces? I have no idea. What's he going to do here? What is this? Wait, can I just take the pawn? Why did he go there? He wants to come in like this? What? No, I think he blundered this pawn. I think he blundered the pawn. Yeah, so now we just focus on the weaknesses here. So let's attack it again. Okay, if I trade and he takes with the rook, we take the pawn. If he takes with the pawn, I can take another pawn. It does allow him to invade. But, oh, I could also go check. Let me go check and take the pawn this way. King g2. No, I don't think this is going to be good because I can do this. Take the pawn. Bishop d6, there's a crazy trap. Takes, check. I move, he takes, and he wins. Wow. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Very sneaky. Okay, let's not do that. Let's just do something. That was a good trap, by the way. That was a very good trap. Oh no! 4 games in a row. It decided by like a couple seconds or less. Man, good games to Alex. Ah. He definitely played well. I mean, I did have an advantage rating wise, and I play lots of these time controls, and he doesn't. So, wow, what happened here? What was this? Gotta see that one. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was his fork. Right, 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 right. That's what I said. Yeah, he forgot about this. If he would have played d5, he's gonna win this game for sure. It's just a piece. It's literally just a piece. I think he was probably not thinking of it because I could have moved my queen other places, for example, and it doesn't work because I do have enough pieces defending as long as I don't have to take with my queen initially, right? So like here, I just take it. He takes, I take, he takes. My queen is the last piece to recapture, and I'm fine. In the game, in the game when I go here, now it doesn't work that way because now my queen is the first piece to take, and then my rook is the last piece, so I end up losing my queen, right? So it doesn't work, so I just lose a piece. Yeah, that was his moment. His moment right there. Yes, yes, indeed, Rob. Every game was very, very close, down to the wire. So well played. Check out his channel, guys, below. This was fun. Team Alex wants a rematch with 1510. Ah, okay. So there will be no flagging, most likely. All right, I'm down. I'm down for that. Let's do it. Let's challenge him to a 1510. Now I think that's probably what he's used to playing. So yeah, this will probably be much more interesting. At least he'll be more comfortable with the time control. All right, 1510, unrated, random colors. All right, let's play one last game. Let's play one last game with a 1510 and see if it makes a difference. All right, let's see if he's going to accept. Had some good games. Had some very good games. I'm just thinking, what does he play against this? Plays the Vienna. I don't want to play the Vienna. I better play d5. Better play d5. Takes. We know he's going to do the bishop b5 line again. To be fair, that was one of the most interesting games last time. Huh. Okay. Oh, he plays knight f3. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's take the pawn back. His d4, so he's just playing real solid here. Okay. All right. How about bishop g4? How about we just pin it? Yep. I'll just play e6. Just keep it nice and solid this game. Castles. Okay. Well, there's different setups with the Scandinavian. You could go for like c6, just keep the pawns like that, and the knights go like this, and the bishop comes out, and the queen comes somewhere. It's pretty solid. I think knight c6 is more aggressive, but also more risky. C4, D5 stuff happens, and you got to be really careful. What do I want to play this game? Well, let's play C6. Let's see what happens if we go with this just kind of solid setup. Knight's going to go to D7. Bishop's probably going to go to D6. And I believe we could castle either way. Those positions. So this game's going to be very different because we're probably not going to see it end from someone losing on time, like we saw the last 4 games. It's going to end because somebody makes a mistake and and it gets checkmated eventually. So, okay, let's go back. Keeping that same idea in the back of my mind that we saw before, h6, g5, sorry, h6, g5, g4, right? If I get the opportunity to maybe castle queenside. Bishop d6, knight d7, queen somewhere, castle queenside. Okay, he plays c4, though. That's a pretty aggressive move. I think I'm going to put my knight here. Bishop f4, I have bishop d6 just to kind of counter that bishop on this diagonal, not just leave it sit there. I need to develop this guy anyway. I need to get my queen off the back anyway, so that would make a lot of sense to me. He goes knight c3. Okay, so we could stop that. And then he doesn't have that for his bishop, which I think I like. So let's do it. So bishop here, I'm not worried about because then we go h6. And if he goes back, exactly what I said, I'm going to get to do it with tempo, which is what I was thinking about doing anyway, right? But if I can attack the bishop, and then bam, attack everything, like that's going to be awesome. So I don't think he's going to play bishop g5. Obviously, you can't play bishop f4. I bet he plays bishop e3. So what? Knight d7, queen, move the queen. And the knight has to come out, so probably knight d7. I think our position's real solid. You've got the pawns kind of controlling the light squares. You've got the bishop and the queen kind of controlling the dark squares. You've got the knights just supporting everything and connected. Like, it's very solid. Okay, a3. So he wants to be prepared to expand on the queen side. Sure. I kind of want to play h6, and so I'm ready to do this. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm not sure where I want my queen. Queen c7 seems logical. But the issue is if he plays like c5, then where does my bishop go? I either have to go trade, Okay, maybe that's not bad. Or I have to go back here, and that's kind of awkward. I would like to be able to put my bishop on c7 if this happens. So because of that, I'm almost leaning towards either going to e7 with the queen or just leaving it and just attack right away. Queen e7, then this is fine, I think. Yeah, probably one of these two moves is what I'm thinking. And it's the same thing I said last game, right? Or not last game, a couple games ago. When the pawn is on h3, it's so much easier to attack with a g-pawn push because you get a fork. So this is a risk when you play h3 that if somebody's going to attack you, it's going to be much more powerful. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Go. Let's go. Got to do it for the content. So g5, g4. Oh, okay. Now that's smart. That's smart. He's not just waiting around and to get checkmated. He's saying, look, I'm going to create my own threats. That is very smart. I'm tempted to just ignore it. I mean, I can always take back here. I can always take back here, although my bishop is under attack. That is a problem, actually. Maybe I do play queen e7 now. Takes, takes. Okay, cool. Queen e7, c5, d6 is going to be a problem, isn't it? So I could take once and then play queen e7. Then we have to worry about rook here, but we could castle and get away. Ooh, it's getting, okay, it's getting crazy. Getting crazy. Well, let's just see. Hold on. Let's always just start with the most forcing thing. We push. He takes. I take. He takes. Yeah, I don't think we want to do that, do we? We could play bishop f4 and then open up the g file this way. That's interesting. Takes, takes. What if I just take everything? What happens? Takes, takes, takes. What if I take and play e5? What's the point? Well, I want to keep the center closed. That's a good idea. Take, take. Knight b5 is the only thing. Then what happens? Knight b6. He takes me. I take him. He goes bishop here. I take a pawn. You get a trade. No, then he loses bishop. Okay. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. Because if you have to think about the section of the board that you're working with, and do you want it to be open or not, right? I want this to be open because I want to attack and checkmate the king. I do not want this to be open because I'm going to get checkmated. So my decision is based on how can I keep it as closed as possible. And one of the best ways to do that, keep one of your opponent's pawns blocking the major pieces from coming in. So let's do that. And I still have my threat over here of g4 to the king. Now, knight b5 is a little annoying, but like I said, I think knight b6 to defend, and we're okay. I think we're okay. We also get a nice little target on d5. And you know what? Maybe I'll change my strategy and just castle. It's a little weird, yes, but, you know, you could do that. Nobody's forcing me to keep attacking if I see another opportunity, right? really want to get my rook to g8 though if I'm going to play g4, because that's where I'm going to get a lot of attacking options. So I kind of would like to have that there before I play g4. I have to believe he's going to play knight b5. Knight b6. What else can he play? G4 seems, I don't know. G4, oh, knight d2. Interesting. Okay, so he's trying to stop this idea somehow, which is kind of smart, I think. I feel like taking just improves his position. His queen gets in a good spot, connects his rooks. His knight is ready to jump in places. That's actually a very good move. Yeah, I think that's a good move. I just noticed this one. This is pretty dangerous for me. Because then knight b6 is not so good, I don't think. Takes, knight b5. If I push, he could just take, or even just push by. We do have to do something, though, so we either have to move or we have to trade, I think. If we go back, what happens on knight c4? Knight b6, I feel like it's the only move I can play. Got to get that knight out there. Then he takes this way and plays knight b5, and I'm not a happy camper. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Wish I had my pawn on a6 maybe to stop this. Although, I don't know, then this is also dangerous. Okay, actually, yeah, this is tough. This is tough. Okay, let's go back. I don't think we want to trade and let his queen come out. I don't think that helps us. I'm still worried about this, but we queen e7, knight b5 looks really bad for me. Yeah, I think we have to go knight b6 here. I don't see any other options. Because if I move the bishop, d6 is gonna be very annoying. Right? Is it gonna be annoying actually? Hold on. I could castle. And then is d6 a target? Knight b5, we chase it away. Knight d5, takes, we bring our knight. Huh, maybe I could move the bishop. I didn't think that was an option, but now I'm actually feeling like castling could be okay. So 6, we castle. Because if that pawn gets captured because it's a weakness, that's a different story, right? Very ugly, though, that my bishop would be blocking my rook. That's super ugly. So it's probably either that or knight b6. Knight b6, I really expect takes, knight b5. I move, then d6. Maybe that's even worse for me. Maybe that's even worse. Okay. Don't love it. But let's go. And we're changing the plan here. I think we're gonna have to castle. Our attack is just, I don't really have an attack actually. You know, without being able to go here with my rook and do something, there's nothing really to attack. So I think we have to just pivot a little bit castle and see if we can survive this. Yeah, so the worst part of my position is this rook, I feel like, stuck behind the bishop. That's the worst thing. That's going to be my main. Like, if he plays d6, that is 100% going to be my top priority. Get rid of that pawn. If I can get this out of here. I guess as a backup, a6, bishop, a7 could be another way to activate the rook. So I'll just keep that in the back of my mind. I think Alex is playing a good game, though. This seems like he's playing a much better game. I already feel like he's more comfortable with the time control. Yeah, because he spent... Yeah, several minutes. Where if we were playing a 10-minute game, he would already be getting into time pressure, so... It definitely shows you how, like, different time controls can make a big difference in how confident you are and what you're used to playing and whatnot. Yeah, d6. I don't know. This is an interesting move, right? Because on one hand, it's absolutely what white wants to play. It opens up this square for their knight. It cramps down on my position. But if it's too far extended, you know, that could be bad. I didn't even think about this. He's attacking this pawn. Well, how about that? Huh. He's basically saying you have no way to defend this. Queen c8 is it? I don't want to play that. I'll never play this move, I don't think. Rook c1 and I'm dead. Okay, then. I guess the question is, if he takes it and I go queen c7, do I have a fork? No, because he can block. He just blocks. That's very fascinating. All right. Can I play e4? Ooh. Haha. Okay, check this one out, guys. e4. Knight b7, queen c7. Now it is a fork, and you can't block because it's also a checkmate threat. Ooh, now, the only thing is e4 is not like a super awesome move, apart from having that one idea behind it. I guess it opens up this for my knight, which, and my bishop, which actually, now that I look at it, is not that bad. Let's go. I think we go. Huh. That's actually very clever. You know what? This is a serious threat, actually. Because white has no easy way to stop it. You have to play g3. And g3 is a very weakening move on the king side. Because then h5, h4 is a big deal. Or even, well, we can't go there right now, but if I can figure out a way to get more pressure on that, yeah, it's probably h5, h4. That becomes serious. Not to mention he has to save his knight first. That's the first thing. You have to save your knight. So he's going to probably play rook c1. Maybe d6 now to just make sure that that doesn't happen. Yeah, maybe d6 now. And then what? I guess I'm going 95 to attack. Then he's probably taking, and I'm going to move my queen. He's going to move. We're going to trade queens. This is kind of complicated. Nice little resource, I think, though. But he could play rook c1. And then if I go here, he plays g3. And then what happens? Because I don't like that my queen is under attack there. I almost feel... The problem with h5 is that he just takes this pawn and then like blockades or something, and I don't know how I'm going to get through. Yeah, so if he just plays rook c1, what am I even doing? I don't even know. Can I defend this? I mean, I can still go queen there. b3. I can move my queen. That doesn't really help me. I'm still losing the pawn. I don't really care if I lose a pawn. It's just a pawn. Maybe I just don't worry about it. Maybe rook c1, we just castle. We just castle. Then he takes it. b5. Interesting. He stops me this way. Still threatening this. Also, oh, that's a good move. A good move. Okay. But what do we do? How do we get out of this mess? I mean, I probably need a castle. I think I need a castle. I think I just need to give up the pawn, put my queen here, let it happen, and then see if I can weasel my way out of this. Yeah. Are we all in agreement on that? D6 looks awful. We can't do that. 94. I mean, 95. Why would I play 95? I don't think it really does anything. All right, I think we got to get the king to safety. At least that solves one issue. Probably going to take, and I guess I'm going queen e7. Because where else can I go? I don't have a lot of options. You can go here, here, or here, right? So of all those, I guess you go to e7 because you keep your rooks open. This is something to keep an eye on, but we've got the knight. Still would have queen e5 ideas, so we're not giving up on that just yet. Problem is I don't know how to get through g3. Ah, but no, if our queen's on e5, this is defended. We can't take. So queen on e5, then we can play h5, h4. Okay, so there's an idea. We have a little bit of a plan. We go here, h5, h4. Because what he's done is he's put all his pieces over here, right? The knights are gone from the king. If I can figure out a way to get that going, might have some attack there. And he's getting low on time. Even though he has the 10-second increment, he's not going to be able to keep calculating everything so deeply for the rest of the game. He's going to have to make some quick decisions, or I probably have a slight advantage. So just holding on and keeping it complicated is probably a good thing for me. Those rook c1, so he's not even taking the pawn. Interesting. Maybe he wants to go here if I move my queen. So, okay, option number one is I play a6 here to make him do something with the knight. Now, he could still take this, I suppose. Well, let's start with the... hold on. If he does try to move the knight, where's he going to go? Here, I guess? Then what? I move my queen? I think I just need to move my queen. Knight c7. Maybe knight e5. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe I go knight e5 first. Seeing some crazy ideas. Really crazy ideas. Let's go 95. I'm trying to set up some special tactics. There's also knight d3, which my knight on d3 would actually be pretty good because we attack the rook, we shut down the queen, we shut down the bishop. You know, if he takes, I just take back. We get the pawn supported. So that's one thing. The other thing is if I can go here and here, this is very dangerous. Now, the issue is this d6 pawn is going to just crush me. I don't think any of my ideas are going to work, unfortunately. But maybe I can, maybe I can get that d pawn. Maybe I can go and take it, and then I can do my sacrifice. Put this here, checkmate, something like that. See, it doesn't work because he has d6 in every different scenario. Too bad. Okay, so maybe I go for this instead. Try to get the queen out of the game here. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Because now this pawn is weak. If we get rid of that annoying pawn, it just solves a lot of our problems. If he tries to go for this, I don't think it works because queen e5, right, saves me. He has to deal with the checkmate. Ooh. Didn't see that. That's a good move, I think. I didn't see that at all. But what's the idea? He wants to... well, we got to save the queen. He wants to take this bishop, I guess. Although, if he takes the bishop, can I just take this? Can I not just take this knight? Because then his knight's kind of trapped. If he tries to get away, then we take the pawn. Oh, then we get forked. So we have to be careful there. Maybe we take it with the knight. Uh-huh. So we do it... okay, I guess we have to take that back. This position is getting more and more complicated. Okay. I guess I'm happy if he takes that. If he plays bishop c5, maybe I just move. This pawn is weak now because we've cut off the queen. So that seems to be a good thing for us. Actually, we have a pawn that he has to be concerned with at some point in the endgame. That's a very strong pawn now. Yeah. Queen f3. Okay, hold on. What's going on? If we take this, there's a tactic. Don't take the pawn, Nelson. Your knight is under attack, though. Your knight's under attack, but I can't take the pawn. Can I take with the queen? No, I get forked right away. We can't do that. King g7? get away from the fork, but then bishop d4 crushes me? Or does it? Queen f5. Wow. There's bishop f4 to trade off that annoying thing, and then we take with the knight? Wow. This is something else. Okay, bishop f4 takes. Can I get away with that? Can I get away with that? Let's do it, I think. If he goes here... Yeah, maybe queen f5. No, queen f5. I still get 4. Wow, that fork is everywhere. That fork is everywhere. Okay, let's start with bishop f4. And this is my biggest concern. So I really want to move my king like to g7 just to get away from that fork. Because I can't do anything with my queen. There's this knight fork just constantly sitting there. You guys see that? That's the biggest problem for me. So I'm thinking king g7. Now it's annoying. You don't want to walk into pins usually, but it does defend the knight. Oh, no, I could take... No, I can't. I can't take that. I can't take this because he just takes, bam, hits me with the fork every single time. Dude, this is so annoying. I don't know how to get away. King g7, I guess. Oh, okay. Oh, no, if he takes now I could take with the knight because he can't sack his queen anymore. He's down 2 minutes. He's down 2 minutes. So he's going to have to start playing on increment. Okay, he does do that. I think we can do it, right? Yeah, because he can't take. So we're okay. Whew. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're down a pawn, but this is a wild position. His knights are looking a bit shaky. His queen's under attack. We've got this annoying pawn. Now it's finally time for me to get my rooks in the game. Yeah, rook e8 would be good. Then we don't have to worry about this fork anymore, too. Yeah, he's threatening it. He's threatening it right now. You guys see that? So rook e8, is that the move? Trying to deal with that. But this no longer works, right? He wants to trade. Maybe I have to. Maybe I have to. Or play bishop e4, but that seems really bad. Yeah, I guess I have to trade the queens. Oof. We got to go into this end game. Then I'm going to get forked on top of that. But wait, do I have... Might have some. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh, he can't even do that. His rook's under attack. Never mind. Can't even do that. Okay. Let's attack his rook. Got to watch out for the fork. It's coming next move. But he's got to watch out for this pawn. So I'm going to probably go here or... Can't play d2 anymore. This rook is good. Yeah, I could try to trade the rook. Don't want to get forked. Let's go here. Because if I can push this and play rook e1, that might be dangerous for him. Let's see. Let's see. This might be dangerous. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe we can even sack the knight, then play d2 and get the queen. Oh, but knight c3. Rook c1. Does it work? Ooh, this is so fascinating. What's going on here, guys? And he only has 30 seconds to figure it all out. Not sure if it quite works. Maybe I need to go a different Wait, he plays knight c3. So I could trade and then try to be annoying. Let's do it. Because it pushes his king away. And I come here. He has to watch out for this. He looks like he's about to lose a knight. Didn't see that one. It's a good move. It's a good move. That was a really good move. Because once I lose the bishop, I'm going to lose the pawn. Unless I take this. I guess I'm going to have to. Knight here. I'm losing my pawn. Man, I did not want to lose that pawn, guys. I did not want to lose that pawn. Is there any... do I have any tricks to save the pawn? Any tricks at all? Knight c4. Rook takes. No. We're going into an endgame 3 against 2. Might be a draw, but it's not going to be good for me. Ah. That was a great move. I didn't see 97. That was good. Good find. Probably should keep the rooks on the board. I think if we trade, not the smart decision. Okay, so I'm going to try to at least be annoying and attack this pawn. So is he. H4, 95. I'm going to try to play quickly so he doesn't get to think on my time. He does have the increment, so I'm not going to be able to flag him, but I might be able to make him make a mistake. Is what I'm hoping anyway. There's lots of forks, so he has to be really careful with the rook. He has to be really careful with where he puts that rook. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh. Oh, I did not mean to blunder that pawn. Oh no, he sees it. Okay, that was bad. That was really bad. I need to come up with some tricks now or I'm going to lose this game. How do we do this? How do we do it, guys? Threatening here. Actually, that's a pretty serious threat. How's he going to deal with that? He's going to go check, isn't he? Oh, he goes back. I can get my pawn to h4. There are some crazy checkmates with rooks and knights when the king is in the corner, so it's not completely safe for him. How do we get my how do I get my rook over here for checkmate? I can't do it because the knight's in the way. Guess I can put my knight on f5. Huh. Let's try to do this. That would work. That would work. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Knight here, rook here is checkmate. Do we have a mating net? Oh, we might have a mating net here. Knight g3 or knight e3? So I could en passant, but then I'm not gonna have a mating net, right? Or will I? I could also play knight e3, knight d2. I could play rook here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nobody takes me. When he takes me, it doesn't work, right? Ah. Okay. I think I should just slow down, take your time, figure it out. If I en passant and he pushes and I go here, is there any way to stop checkmate? No. If I en passant, he's probably going to run. If I play knight here and he goes back, what happens? I could go with a check, check, check forever. And he's going to run across. Ah. Wait, no, I could do this here and then I could take. Check. Man, I don't know. I don't see it, guys. I just don't see it. King G2. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Let's play 93, I guess. Man, I wonder if I missed it. Wonder what Stockfish would say. Oh, do I have a perpetual check? Check, he goes back. Check here, check. No, then he's going to run away. Probably need to take this, right? Or go here. Hold on. That's interesting. Okay, let's take first, and then I can decide if I want to bring the rook, if I want to take this, or if I want to just push the pawn. Check, and then push the pawn. Does that win? No, then we lose the knight. Probably should do this. Check, king goes there, check. I don't know what's happening, guys. I'm going to throw in a little back just to make him think. Looks like he's somehow surviving, which is amazing, but I wonder if I missed it. I don't know. So we could go check. Jack. Move the king. think I messed this up somehow. Jack King goes here. I don't have anything, right? Yeah, I don't have anything. Man, I can't believe this. I can't believe this is happening. He's going to just sack and then take my rook. I think I messed this up. It seems like I must have had something, but I don't know. If he tries to go for this trick, I have rook b1. Yeah, I have rook b1. Then maybe I win. So I don't think he's going to do that. So what's he going to do instead? He pushes right now. Do I still have rook b1? And I have some checks. This endgame is crazy. This is the craziest endgame I've played in a while. And it's not over yet. It's still not over yet. But I'm threatening this. If he goes here, I just go back and I'm still threatening it. And I'm still threatening the pawn. Uh-oh. Did he miss that one? Okay, okay. Not over though. Even if I get the pawns, I don't think it's a win. Is it a win? I don't know. I have no idea if it's a win or not. But we're not there yet. We have to see if there's even a way to get the pawns first. This is the guy I'm worried about. So I could sack it and get a draw. I could sack it and get a draw. But if I can actually take it and get a win, that's better, right? So let's see. This is insane what is happening. Oh, I'm not going to be able to save it. I'm not going to be able to save both of them. Oh. Am I? Wait. Am I? No, right? Because he's got those checks. The problem is he's going to go here and fork me. I can't save them both. Man. So all this and it's going to end in a draw. Unless I'm missing something, but I don't think so. Because I can't defend the knight. He has the checks. This doesn't do anything. This, you know, man. Yeah. The draw. It's just going to be a draw. Wow. Yeah. That was insane. What did we just witness? What did we just witness? Yep. Okay. So I never had a win. I never had a win. So I guess I can't feel bad about missing something. I didn't miss anything. He did have a win, though. Oh, wow. It was even before. Okay, hold on. We got to go a little bit earlier than this. So he's winning, kind of. He plays a good move. Yeah, I blundered the pawn. That was a big mistake. But then I kept attacking. That was a mistake. He should have played h4 to make sure his king has room to breathe. And he didn't do it. He goes back. I should have checked right away. Should have checked right away. Because then I can go to e3. I'm threatening this. And if he tries to push, he's stuck and he doesn't have a lot of options. And it's a draw, apparently. Okay. But I thought I could push my h-pawn. Knight f1 check was the best move there. I did it later. So basically it's really complicated, but there was like nothing. f4 was good. Yeah, I played the best move. I played the best move. So there's lots of lines. They all lead to like draws. But this one is probably the best. This was the best. Okay, so I didn't do anything really wrong. It was just a draw. Until here. I blundered. I needed to play knight d5. Hold on to that pawn. But by doing this, I allowed him to take it. And now I'm losing. Ah, but he has to see this and go into this rook ending. This is a winning. Yeah, I was worried about this. I was worried about this ending because he's going to be able to put his rook behind the pawn, force me to blockade, and then push this guy at the right moment. Yeah. And once we go here, he's still winning. He's still winning. What was the win? That was the mistake. He had to bring his king now. Yeah, this is too complicated for me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not a in-game grandmaster. And this was a draw, looks like. Yeah. Wow. What a game. What a game. Good games to Alex. I linked his channel below, Chess Centurion. Check that out. That was fun. That endgame was intense. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, this was fun. This was fun. Let me know if we should do this again with someone else. What do you guys think? Leave it in a comment and I'll check it later. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks again to Alex. And thank you, Rob. Good to see you. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.